Well, we're going to dive right in. This should be a pretty quick stream. I'm thinking maybe even as short as 15 minutes or something like that. But it's just a quick high-level overview of the upcoming Spring Game Day event. My name is Sam. I'm from the D&D Newbie Sessions community. And first off, we're gonna figure out what a game day is. Some of you might be new to the concept. So a game day is where a bunch of DMs and players get together and host newbie-friendly D&D games. They're all free. They're open to everyone. Everyone's welcome to come and play, even brand new players that have no experience. So if that's you, you're kind of nervous about playing, you've never played a game before, that's totally fine. That's what our community is all about. So feel free to sign up and jump on in. The next upcoming game day is Spring Game Day, which is going to happen on Saturday, April 22nd, so in a few weeks from now. We run 4 of these game days per year, at least right now: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The next one will be Summer Game Day, which will probably happen sometime around August, Autumn Game Day sometime around October, and then we'll be back around Winter Game Day, December, January, somewhere in there. So you're probably wondering, how can I participate in an upcoming game day? I'm excited about playing D&D, but I don't know how to get started. This sounds like a great way to do it. So what do I do? So I'm going to switch over here and share my screen. Let me just get everything open here. Okay, in a second you should see the screen popping up. You'll see my Discord open because we're going to start there. So initially, the Spring Game Day will be announced in Discord in the announcements channel here. So you can see where I just did the Spring Game Day live stream announcement. There'll also be related meetup events posted. I'll probably post on things like Twitter and maybe the new email newsletter and stuff like that. This is going to take you to some special channels. They don't exist yet, but they will. Some Spring Game Day channels in the Discord server, and that will detail everything you need to know in terms of kind of step-by-step how to get set up and stuff. But ultimately, it's going to take you over to a spreadsheet, which looks like this. So this is where we do our game tracking and which players are assigned to which games and things. So it starts on the very first tab, this red one called Instructions. You can feel free to read through here, but just gives you some additional information about how this all works. But you'll mostly be concerned with the green tab down here, Sign Up for Games. And if you click on that, you can see these are the actual list of games that will be posted. So as you can see, some of our the DMs in the community have already started posting some games. They're still figuring out maybe what stories are going to run or what start time and stuff. But we're in the process right now of figuring out who's going to host games and stuff like that. But basically what you do is you come in here, head over to this tab like I said. You're looking for any of these bright yellow highlights. These all indicate open slots. And you can go back into Discord in the bottom left corner where it says your username. You can click the copy button here. And if you come back, you can find one of the open yellow slots and just paste your name in. So maybe I wanted to attend T-Light's game here, Grammy's Country Apple Pie, for level 3 adventurers. And I would just literally paste my name right on in. And that will secure my slot. So just keep in mind, obviously that slot's taken now. So if you come in here, you wouldn't want to paste over my name. You would want to look for one of the open yellow slots. If they're gray, it means they're unavailable. So don't paste your name there either. That just means some DMs have preference, like they want to host a game for 4 players or 5 or 6. So they'll mark unavailable slots if they want to close them. So it's as simple as that. You just browse around for a game that looks cool. You can, if you're unfamiliar with Google Sheets, you can hover over some of them. Like this is a sample one, but this, if I hover over here, it'll give me a little explanation about like the story, or if I hover over here, I can see some details about the game and what virtual tabletop it's using or something like that. Now, if you don't know what game to sign up for, or you're not 100% sure whether you can make it or what your availability is, there's also a waitlist tab, which is the orange one down here. It's kind of similar but more simplified. You can also paste your name in here, and this is the list of people that we come to first if there are open slots, last minute openings, and stuff like that. You can even put down some notes like I'm available from 1 to 4 p.m. and that helps us identify, okay, let's maybe it's a morning game. Okay, let's not contact that person yet. But then if we have one in the afternoon, we know to contact you and potentially get you into that game. This spreadsheet is not currently public because, like I said, we're in the process of adding everyone and stuff like that. But it will become public very soon. Right now, or it'll become public next Monday on April 10th. So keep an eye out for that announcement in Discord and all those channels and stuff. And then you can come in here and start to browse around and find a game to sign up for. Please note that the games that are typically one-shot adventures, so it means you're going to show up for the day or the night or whatever it is, play through an adventure, and that's all you're committing to. So it's a great way to like test out D&D, learn the rules, see what it's all about, maybe test out a new character idea that you have. That's contrasted by campaigns where with a campaign you're typically committing to maybe a long-term long-term play. You might play with the same players and same DM for weeks or months or something like that. Let's see here. And then also keep an eye out in Discord, in the Discord events section. So to show you where that's at, towards the top of Discord here, if you click on the events button, you can see right now the Spring Game Day pregame event is happening. Spring Game Day is coming up on Saturday, April 22nd. But we have been talking about potentially hosting some additional special events. In fact, a couple people, TTA5 and Lay, recently hosted some special events, and we might have some more coming down the line here to maybe some character creation or character backstories or whatever. So just keep an eye out here, and you can potentially jump into some additional special events as well. Okay. Let's see here. So if you're a dungeon master and you're interested in helping host a game, please reach out as soon as possible and we can help get you started. Honestly, if you didn't know your availability until even a few days prior, that's fine as well. But just reach out whenever you know for sure. And I can help you get started. So I can, as long as you meet some basic criteria, like you're at least 18 or older, you feel confident with 5e and can, run it and answer questions and stuff like that. And the games are going to be free and newbie friendly. Just some basic criteria. As long as you meet those, reach out to me and I can help you get set up with the organizer role, show you like how this all works in more detail. And then you can help, host the game for some fellow newbies in the community. And we are always looking for more DMs to help. There always is more players than available DMs. So, even one person steps up to help, it's a big deal. Okay, so how do you prepare for Spring Game Day? One of the things, or like one of the basic things you can start with is heading over to D&D Beyond and creating a character. So let me share my screen again. So here we are, dndbeyond.com. Now, I will say one caveat, like maybe your DM is not going to use D&D Beyond, and in that case, you'll want to like work with them to see how they want you to set up characters and stuff. However, I still think it's valuable to come here and play around. I mean, we've got a few weeks before Spring Game Day. Come in here, sign up for an account. You can go to your Characters tab, click on the Create a Character button, and you can start to play around and maybe get some cool ideas. Maybe create a few characters and see which one you might like better. The option you'll typically want is the standard build. You can check this box as well, which will give you additional helper text as you go through the step-by-step process to build a character. Or if you are one of those people that are kind of last minute joining a game, you can come in here and click the pre-made button, the quick build or the randomize to just really quickly grab a character, jump into a game. Because the standard option will likely take you, 30, 60 minutes, maybe longer to build a really custom character. Whereas you can click these ones and just grab something and dive right in. And then one other thing with D&D Beyond is if I go back to my characters and we're going to grab, we'll go to Sabella here And if I click the view button, so this is the character sheet you'll end up with, something similar to this once you go through the process. And one thing that's not immediately obvious on the character sheet here is that almost everything is clickable. So if you go to like strength, and you're like, what is strength? You can click on it and it opens up a little panel on the side and it'll give you all sorts of information about what it is and what it does, how it might be used in the game. You could do that for your saving throws. You could go through the list of skills here and read about acrobatics and animal handling. Your weapons, your items, your unique features and traits, all sorts of stuff to read about, learn about prior to game day. A couple other quick little gotchas to keep an eye out for are the spells tab. If you are a spellcaster, you can click the Manage Spells button here, go to Add Spells, and then you can read about spells and then add them, either learn them or prepare them, depending on what class you've selected. So you can add your spells into your character sheet. You can also go to your Inventory tab and check or uncheck your weapons, your armor, maybe you have a shield, stuff like that. And you can also click Manage Inventory if you needed to swap something out or whatever. Okay, so yeah, highly recommend going through that process. It'll teach you a lot about some of the basics that you need to know for game day. Also, once you sign up for a game, you can get in contact with your dungeon master, or they will likely reach out to you first, and figure out which virtual tabletop they're using, if they're using one. So for example, a common one is Roll20, so like roll20.net. In fact, let me pull that up quick. So as you can see here, here's roll20.net. This is a virtual tabletop. Basically, the Dungeon Master can load in their maps and all sorts of stuff. It can handle character sheets and dice rolling and all sorts of unique things to kind of power the game world as we play. So find out what virtual tabletop you're going to be using, and then you can go, register for an account. You can even poke around a little bit, get familiarized with the user interface. It could be, there's many other options. There's Foundry, Fantasy Grounds, Tableplop, Owlbear Rodeo, Above VTT. So definitely figure out which one they're going to be using, if they're going to be using any of them. So a game could just be like Theater of the Mind or something like that and not use a VTT as well. Let's see, outside of virtual tabletops, if you have any questions, our community is, here for you, so we can answer questions. We can help you if you're stuck on something. Just, don't be shy. Go jump in the Ask a Questions channel and let us know what you need help with. Another cool thing you can do is go to Google, search for, D&D character questionnaire or fantasy character questionnaire or something like that. And you can find all sorts of really cool questionnaires that help you build your character's backstory. Some of them might seem kind of silly, really obscure, like things about your background, but the kind of one of the beautiful things about D&D is you never know what's going to happen, and you might come up with some really unique random thing about your character, and it just fits into the story that you're playing in. So go through that process because it's a lot of fun. It can help you figure out who your character is, what they stand for, why they're out adventuring, all sorts of stuff like that. And then lastly, another great thing you can do in preparation for game day is test your hardware. Make sure Discord works. Make sure your internet connection's stable. Test your webcam if you're going to use it. Test your microphone. Make sure the audio is coming through in Discord. All of that can go a long ways in making for a much smoother experience getting into the game and getting right into the fun of D&D. Another important thing I want to mention is player etiquette. So this is an official event, so our server rules and code of conduct apply. The main takeaway there is please just be friendly, please be nice, respectful, treat everyone with respect. Please also communicate clearly. It's really helpful for us if we hear back from you, we know what you're up to. If you've made a character, have you registered for an account? If we don't hear back from you, after a day or two, especially the closer we get to the game day, if we don't hear back from you, we will have to replace you. So please keep an eye on Discord, follow up with your DM, let them know what you're up to. Also, please don't ghost or bail on your game. It can be a huge bummer. because especially if multiple people ended up bailing, it can actually cause the game to be canceled if we can't find replacements. Can kind of ruin the game for everyone. Obviously, emergencies are excluded, but if there is like an emergency and it's last minute and you're like, I can't play, something came up, that's okay, obviously. But please let us know as soon as possible, because even if you can let us know 15 minutes ahead of time, that might be enough to find a person, quick help them make a character and get them in the game as a replacement. Also, please respect your dungeon master's, your dungeon master's rulings and the game that they're hosting. Once a DM makes a call, just go with it. Keep the game moving, having a good time. It's not very fun if the dungeon master has to get in arguments about rulings and things like that. They're going to do their best to run a quality, newbie friendly game. But please show respect for your dungeon master as well. Remember that this is a team game, a group, a social experience. And so it is really important to share the spotlight. It is also not fun to be in a game where someone is, constantly interrupting or, making everything focused on them and their character. Everybody wants to play, everybody wants to learn and have fun together. So make sure that everyone has a chance to speak up, participate, and all that sort of good stuff. And also, please thank your DM at the end. They are volunteers. They're doing this out of the kindness of their heart. They're volunteering to help teach people in the community. So be sure to thank them at the end of the game as well. Yeah, and if you have any additional questions, like I said, ask them in Discord. We'll help you out as soon as we can. If you need more official support, like something is just wrong, you think something, like, I don't know, whatever it is, there's a special channel in Discord, and I can pull it up really quick so it's clear. There is the server support channel right here. So you can just pop your question in there or whatever it is, and one of the moderators, myself, admin, whoever, we will follow up with you and make sure it gets handled. And then, like I said, there's like the Ask a Questions channel for more general questions and stuff like that. Okay, and then lastly, we're almost done here. After your game, if you want, feel free to share your experience with us. You can go to like general chat, tell us like if you had fun, what was cool about it, tell us about your characters, what made the adventure fun, what were some memorable moments. We love hearing about that stuff. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, feel free to do that after your game. We'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, that's it. That's all I wanted to cover. I think I kept it pretty close to 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But that's it. Yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you can make it to Spring Game Day. I'll stick around for a little bit longer if anyone has any questions in the Twitch chat. But otherwise, that is the end of the stream. Thank you for watching.